of a new week. It is Sunday, the 12th of October. There we are. Sunday afternoon, just gone 2 o'clock, and it's been a cruisy morning, to be honest. 3 orders, bit of plant parts, bit of tile work, some ingots and stuff like that, all very nice. Straightforward, simple parts, probably some kind of space thing, but who knows, that could be quite classic. And then a pickup is a creeper minifigure. Interestingly, those I haven't done a lot of parting out of Minecraft, but those figures do sell, not like at a pace, but they tick along nicely. A couple of bits of hair and 3 heads, and that's it. That's all still waiting to go, so those can get added to that pile. All the labels are done, and I've messaged the buyer of the creeper and minifigure, as that is a collection. Bit of a tidy up, bin bag on the way. Those need to go into the store. I'm going to check whether or not those Halloweeny parts are on Bricklink yet shortly, so I'm going to check that. What else has been going on? I had a message from a seller asking me to mark the order as complete, close it out, which was a funny one, so I double checked that, and technically that is the seller's responsibility, I believe. There's only a couple that have been completed, whatever that one is, and then a couple of others along the way, but I never do it. I never mark an order as complete, which is odd. What does it really service? I don't really understand what good it does doing it. Anyway, the seller was getting a little bit kind of insistent that I did it, so I've messaged them back saying I've never done it before, but they can do it anytime they like. I have left feedback, as I always do. I haven't left feedback on these ones yet, but as you see, whenever a store leaves feedback and I've received the item, I leave feedback, unless of course I'm subsequently banned, and then I don't. I'm not bitter. Anyway, it's been an absolute diabolical week for uploads. 1,902 parts, which leaves us so far behind this month, where it's not looking good. And it's really a consequence of kind of, before I went over to New Zealand, kind of, not quite keeping up the momentum. That should kind of return to something more normal next week. But and I went to another Target today to see if I could find the advent calendars for the city thing, and none. They are a mysterious beast. Anyway, dashboard time. Let's just have a little look what things are looking like. The PayPal Stripe split is 27.73, which interestingly is very similar to the Bricklink split. But anyway, the year-on-year sales, obviously last year we did 2,100 and we are currently at 1,394. That does not include week 41 yet, so that will jump up a little bit. It'd be interesting to see how close we get, because it isn't looking like it was as popular a year as it was last year I should say. WA still leading New South Wales, but only by 2 orders. It's a pretty tight run race, that. Revenue split this year is 22% versus 78% on Bricklink and Brickell, which is always interesting. The road to 1 million, revenue's not been great because we were closed and then it was shut and whatnot. Inventory was still on target, which is good, but as you can see, uploads were down here like 9,000 for the month, and we're 12 days in when we should be up at this 50-something thousand, which probably means that inventory growth is going to struggle to kind of keep that uptick that we've seen over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. But anyway, as I said, same kind of statistic, almost 27.73 for Bricklink and Brickell on that. Total sales this week is better than last week, so we are back up again, so that's pretty solidly steady of late, which is good. And interestingly, net revenue in the last couple of weeks has been really good. Average order price last week was $70 plus, which is outstanding. There's the story of the year on year, and as you can see, kind of green 2025 just doesn't often. I mean, 1, 2, 3 months out of 9, 10. Is it 10? 3 months out of 9 that have been recorded have actually improved year on year, but the figures are better. So less orders but better money. Is that me just learning? Weekly sales, as you can see, they just kind of roller coaster up and down, up and down. But you know, the last few weeks, if you watch the store reports, you'll know been above the average, which is pretty decent. And the last couple of things, parts added and sold, that's shocking. This week's it was pretty poor week. Oh no, that was last week's. This week's going to be even worse. It's going to be down here somewhere. Anyway, and then the overall kind of stats and whatnots. Current inventory sitting at 759,228. That is a big drop on last week. Last week, because nothing's been added in. Average sales sitting at 4.7. That's not really moved. Operating profit 34.33, which again hasn't really moved. Average percentage is still under that 5%, which that may need recalculating if this continues till year end anyway. Price purchased and price sold has gone down 1 for purchasing, which is good. I think it's gone down 1 on sold as well, but anyway. And there you go. That's where we're sitting currently, which ain't too bad at all, really. In terms of feedback, that's all good as well at the moment. To get into that, there we are. Although people have got very succinct, efficient. It's kind of a compliment. Thanks with a smiley face. We'll go with that. But efficient is up there, isn't it? With the brevity of that is not to be lost on anyone. So, yeah, that's us really. There's a couple of things to add to a wanted list. There's a whole bunch of new stuff on the Pick-a-Brick stuff, including blue Spaceman parts, which I may have spoken about yesterday. Can't remember. But yes, turning my attention to the week ahead really. This one's been a funny one. Been away, been a bit wiped, having work on as well, which actually I did do some of that yesterday and this morning, as well as popping out to Target, but no joy there. I may have to bite the bullet and try and pick them up somewhere else at that 45 mark as opposed to the 39, but that will probably wait for a few days at least, as we focus on parts. The latest round of parts sitting at DIA/Aramax and all of that kind of Lego adding the wrong value to orders, which I fully expect to continue, despite them giving away insider points willy-nilly. But there's another 2 that have now cleared customs, or another 1, whatever it is. Anyway, hopefully that'll come in the week. There's a couple of orders sitting at the depot as well, 2 from Germany. And one of those is chrome lightsaber hilts, because we were getting quite low on those, so I bought a super lot of those. So we are going to have no shortage of those bad boys later in the week, along with another order from Germany. And there are some other orders on the way, so there's plenty of parts coming, given that I haven't really done a part out for maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks when we did that camper van. Can't remember, but we do need to get back onto that. But it's actually getting the ones that are going to be worthwhile with the volume, really. Everything here at the moment is a bit 1s and 2s. So a little bit of a think about what we're going to do there. Gifts with purchase, I'm trying to just keep them as gifts with purchases. We've got some Star Wars things there that I'd actually like to just hold on to for the duration, because I think they'd be decent once things have retired. And then up here is pretty much gifts with purchases. I mean, there's a few bits in here that could be pulled out and parted out, But I just don't know. I mean, if those are still here after February, we'll probably part that out. That's in my mind. But other things, what else is up here? What's that? Oh, African Savannah, Fortnite. Couple of Christmas trains. Are they trains or Christmas trains? Yeah, well, they brought out a new Christmas train, haven't they? So that's probably not all that. I don't know if there's any minifigures in that one. Maybe we should have a look. Whoa, it's been a while since the ladder's come out, hasn't it? Hang on, can I do this with one hand? Oof, yes I can. Right, let's try not to bang my head on the way up. Loves the excitement, don't they? Oh, just bang my head on the other side. Health and safety. Right. What else have we got in here? Some little spaceman thingy. Let's get it over there out of the way. Right. Was there any minifigures in this thing? Probably not. No minifigures. Little flag. Anyway, there's a few of them sitting up here. 2 of them. There's a bit of Lone Ranger. 20th anniversary. I think it might be. What's that one? Don't know. Captain Rex. More Lone Ranger. Fortnite. Oh, the other Fortnite over there. What else? Yeah, there's enough stuff, isn't there, to be not worrying about stuff. What's back there? Is that more Christmas stuff? I think so, yeah. More Christmas trains. Yeah, enough, isn't there? Anyway, bit of a ladder. I don't know how much you love it. This is the view from up here. Oh, hello. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to give it a rest for the day, I think. Let's get down off this ladder without killing myself. Oh, it's been a while. Anyway, that's it then. Right, we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Get these packed up and put away, and then call it a day. Might go and enjoy some sunshine. Alright, it is Monday evening, and the plug-in headphones have completely given up the ghost, so we're using AirPods, and it's going to have to be like that for the time being, because I've got nothing else that I can use or plug in, which is a bit of a pain, and I don't want to go into a rant for the start of another week already. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orders, not too bad at all. The biggest one here, over 1,500 parts, I think. Whole heap of light blue grey, including 129, not 130, 129 of those 2x6 tiles, a whole bunch of dark blue grey, a little bit of black, and some red and gold. That one getting the tile, nice work. A couple of those like art base plate type things, a whole bunch of medium nougat or nugget if you come from where I come from, and a little bit of other things in there. Don't know, maybe something a bit arty or Halloweeny about that, who knows. Tan got popular in here. This one definitely something modular, because door frame, door windows and stuff like that, but predominantly tan in that one. And then this one is very earthy, isn't it? Reddish brown, tan, bit of dark red. I'm guessing this is some kind of falcon type thing, but who knows, could be anything. Interesting parts, including a useless kind of plaque, but other things, clearing me out of a few bits that were kicking around. This one is a right old assortment of all sorts going on. Yeah, knives on spruik or whatever they're called, wands, stuff everywhere. Classic-y looking, maybe a gunship or something. Can't quite remember what those plates are for, but anyway, that's that. And then someone picking up the Halloween luminous thingy with a couple of minifigure accessories. We've got parcels scattered around Western Australia. A couple arrived today. This one from Scissors Paper Block. That one is the lightsabers. The other one from Germany has gone straight to the post office, because they would not have gone together, would they? and Aramax DIA. God, you just love them, don't you? Have taken their parcel straight to the pharmacy from hell next to the strip club. Massage parlour, not strip club. What am I talking about? Anyway, so that's where we're at. All the labels done, just need to pack them up. And then, what are we at? I've spent, what am I doing? I've spent an awful lot of time logging in to Bricklink. Like, it logs you out all the time, which is frustrating. Let's hope they get that sorted. I was just going through doing the week 41's kind of data, adding that into the spreadsheet. I've already done, stick on this one, I've already done roll along, store tracker. I've already done the store tracker details this morning. Yeah, it was quite interesting what was going on. Brickshed had a great week. Fantechnic had a less than great week comparatively. Ashburton right up there, as was Pretty Bricks, but the rest of the pack was all pretty tight, it has to say. Even though numerically a very strong week, and average-wise, I was way over the average of 23, which was good. So, and I've also got some data from Julian over at BL Metrics about the entire Australian market. So total value, total amount of sales, and some other data that I need to dig into. He's kindly sent me that to add to the store report, which will be part of this vlog this week. I think I'll just bring it back in. Like 200 odd views is a bit meh. So yeah, I'll force everyone to have to put up with me, or at least skip through the video and bear with me. Yeah, it's all about me. Anyway, that's that. Monday kind of done and dusted. Tomorrow night is probably going to be work, and catching up on that. I did see, let's see if I can find it, the wildlife bricks. I don't know whether anyone else has got into this. Hang on, let's see if I can find it. Wildlife bricks, which is made by Brickman. These things. Here we go. I don't know whether this is available on the Lego.com, but you get one of these free when you spend $300. You're on drugs. A kiwi, keep the kiwis happy, like that. A little turtle, a lion, and a koala. Okay, so the koala's already finished. Like, they're only available for like 2 days, which is absolutely just like, what are they thinking? There is a little thing underneath them. Do they show you that? No, they don't. There's a little tile underneath this base plate that tells you that it was designed by Brickman or whatever. Can you get into these? You can't even click through them. What a load of... can you go in here? Oh, Ryan McNaught. Anyway, $299, right? If you bear in mind kind of that threshold for something that's available for 2 days, yes, they are limited to 75,000, I think, and yes, he is a professional, certified professional who did the Star Wars exhibition that's on in Melbourne at the moment. But they're mad, and they're supposed to represent New Zealand and Australia. Koala, yes. Kiwi, yes. Turtle, yes. Lion. How many lions do we have in New Zealand or Australia roaming around that we know of? Not many. So that is a total farce, isn't it? $2.99. I think the Pixar Disney gift with purchase is at the end of the month. Threshold is about $1.30. So yeah, stick that in your pipe, Brickman. Ridiculous. Anyway, I would open this one, but I don't know whether I can do it one-handed while you're staring over here. No, I can't do it. We'll have a look at it later in the week once I've got some other parcels together and we can do a bit of an upload. We'll maybe do the chit chat with me putting parts away this week. So that's it. Let's get all of this packed up and finish up for the day, as it is 20 to 9 on Monday night. Good morning and welcome to Wednesday. Full of vim this morning. It is just gone 8 a.m. I've even been to the gym for the second day running. Trying to slim down my lardy ass. Anyway, did do some very quick picking yesterday evening. Today's going to be a busy day, what with everything I need to get through on the work front, the work front, and the work front. So plenty doing. Scissor papers block package. Ouch! Heat seal bags not holding in transit, and that is a bit of a gutter. That's all going to need sorted. But then most of them are mixed up in the bags. A little bit of sorting, not too bad there, but back to sorting in that one. Gutted. Deliveries that have come in, it's a whole heap of chrome silver lightsaber hilts that have shipped in from Europe, and a bunch of those that came with them. None of this matters. least of all, the reason none of that matters is the fact that they sent me a bonus gift as well of a season 23 and a season 22 minifigure when they were in paper bags and all of that. There's no way of knowing what's in them, I don't think. That feels like some kind of thing. Maybe that little acorn hat, I don't know. Anyway, and then this one, there's a fair bit to that one. Oh, that feels like a big something. Don't know, we'll open those in a little bit and have a look. This one is from Bud Bricks, I think. Yeah, that's 841 parts in there. I haven't opened the packaging of that. And you'll probably remember a while back the garbage bag packaging. Stacks of stuff in here coming in from Germany again. Pricing just irresistible on that. So there's all sorts in here. Dark green ones are them. You name it, it's in here. This is all going to be good stuff at good quantity and stuff like that. So that's going to take some sorting out. And I've been to the massage parlour pharmacy this morning. Big news there. They're out of Ritalin. There was a customer trying to pick up their prescription for Ritalin for their kid this morning, and they're sold out. They're waiting for a delivery. So there'll be a lot of people using Ritalin, looking a little bit twitchy this morning. So go easy on them. Is that inappropriate? It probably is, isn't it? Whatever. 4 orders that I did pick last night. This was like 8 of everything. So 8 brackets, 8 tiles, 8 hinges, 8 other tiles, 8 plates, you name it. This one clearing me out of these little old school kind of light blue grey slopes. And I think it was like 20 of them plates. This one was 60 of those oval 2x1 tiles. And then this one was a lot of white with some clear minifigure heads in there and some dark blue grey corner bricks. Other than that, it was all white all the way. There are 2 more orders. I even got up to date with wanted list almost, and then did some picking, and there was some more to add. But that, for a Tuesday when I claim I don't work, it wasn't too bad, was it? Which we'll celebrate that. What have we got? We've got 1 order from Bricklink at 35 lots, and we've got 1 order on Brick Owl at 218 lots, 1,299. 1,129 parts. That one is going to be at least an hour's worth of picking. The other one, maybe 15 minutes. So I have had 1 coffee this morning, but I haven't had my cup of tea. Usually I start the day with a cup of tea. You do not need to know any of this story, but I'm telling you anyway, because I'm wired, having been to the gym and tried not to die running next to the girl who made running look completely effortless for the 7k that she pelted along, as I looked like I was stumbling into a bar. Never mind. It is the way it is. You've got to start somewhere, making positive change ahead of the end of the year when all the wheels fall off and it's my birthday and whatnot. Anyway, Justin will be coming to pick that one up around 10:30. But other than that, it's going to be a case of trying to get all of this into the store. I'm umming and ahhing whether or not to go to the Lego store, which never has anything, and then it did. And then I went to the other one and they didn't have anything, so I wonder if that pendulum has swung. I'm debating it to go there or there. Anyway, that's on the cards. And obviously there's those parts to crack open as well, which I've not done yet, but I will. I've no idea what's in there. This is one of those ones that was stuck in customs for an eternity because of the clerical error at Lego.com's end. Yes, shame on you all. And as if that's not enough, this little bag of pearl dark grey round plates has been waiting to go in the store for about a week now, so I need to get that done as well. I was gonna do something about Zonos kind of signing up, make sure people are doing it. I had a call from Australia Post customer service yesterday about my second compensation claim, and it's just phenomenal how little they know about Zonos. They didn't know they charged fees, they didn't know they charged a flat fee, they didn't know they charged a percentage. They weren't even sure what was on the online form for entering details, because he said the reason the parcels are being rejected because there wasn't a unit price. Now, there is no unit price in their online form. It asks you for the total value of goods in Australian dollars, not the unit cost. For instance, an order like that, there's 6 or 7 lots in that. Am I going to put each unit lot, or am I going to pick one unit lot? Doesn't make sense, right? They're not asking for that kind of detail, so they didn't know what they were looking at. Then he was, no, I'm sorry, I've not actually been on the portal. What? You haven't been on the portal, yet you're ringing up people telling them why it's not worked? You're talking out of the back of your head. Pack it in, learn the system, and educate your team members on what they should be doing. So anyway, I thought I should do a how to sign up to Zonos and the important facts about it little how-to video for that series that I like doing every now and then, because they always do well on Google. Anyway, maybe I'll do that today. Maybe. I'll have to have a look what the what the amount of work in the work is. Anyway, that's where we're at. Let's crack on with I think my first job is sorting out all of these parts and getting the BSX files put together. I think that's my first job, so I'll start with that and we'll see how we go. Okay, picked, things sorted. It's gone lunchtime now. Don't know quite where the day's gone. A couple of calls, a pickup, me fannying on, to be honest. But so the big order was did take a little bit of time, probably not as long as it felt like, to be honest. It felt pretty quick. 1s and 2s, an awful lot of variety of colour, from dark turquoise. I'm going with something medieval, bit of reddish brown, bit of dark brown, dark tan, black, dark blue grey, small amount, and light blue grey. So I'm going with something medieval just because of the purples and reds and things. And then the other one is pretty standard, dark blue grey, light blue grey. Any dark blue grey? Maybe just light blue grey, black, and a couple of trans red things. So I'm going something Star Wars on that one. Could be space, could be anything. This was also in one of the packages. I think this might have been in Bud Brick's package. It's like a 3D printed Lego crest. Pretty cool. I like that. So thank you if that is Bud Bricks, and thank you if that is Scissors Paper Block, which I've cut open these two, but I've not looked inside. So let's go 23. Let's go numerical order backwards. 23. I have no idea about these ones. Which year were these from? Can you see anything that gives me the year quickly before this turns into get on with it? Can't really see anything that gives me the year. Maybe series 23. Yeah, it's not going to be 2023, is it? Anyway, what do we got? Oh, the little reindeer. No, it's not. I'm looking at the piece of paper. It's the little drummer person. So that's pretty cool. I certainly don't have any of these because it was kind of... These are way before the store existed. So that's in that one. And then series 22, we have got... Oh, like an animal. It's a... They're in the pick-a-brick at the moment, those little hats, aren't they? It's a lady, a boy, a lady, a girl, child. Anyway, nice top and a pony. Yeah, nothing remarkable about the paste plates on them. Anyway, so thank you very much, Scissor Papers Block, for that. Postage is done. I'll do that when I go out to collect the missus. The next on the job is to get all of these parts away, including the garbage bag of bits. It's over 10,000 parts in all, which is pretty decent. So yeah, let's get on with it, I reckon. Once I've done this and got this out of the way. Good morning and welcome to Friday. It is a beautiful day outside. 28 degrees it's going to be, so the aircon's on in the store. Nothing worse than being a bit of a sweaty mess whilst picking. Just done a little catch up with Shannon from Every Little Brick on the topic of Zonos, really. Zonos and store purchases. Always good to chat to Shannon. Been doing this 10 years, so he is a wealth of experience, and a very similar kind of store to my own, which is always good to just kind of share thoughts and insights together. But anyway, there's been 5 orders in, so that makes for a very slow end to the week, but it is what it is. In other good news, in case you're wondering, Zonos is working, and I'm going to do a little how-to video on that. The tricky bit about that is it's got all your personal details in it, so I need to strip all of that out, but there you go. Anyway, orders are some plates with a rail and a hose. Like how I said that. That's just for you American audience out there. A hose. A bright green cape. Whole load of when I was picking this, I was thinking Lord of the Rings, to be honest, with the swords and whatnot, but could be anything. And then to kind of throw me off the scent, there's a leg assembly from a friend's character and a friend's character in there, so that's totally scuppered me there. This one started off feeling totally Star Wars, and then it got all yellow and orange and red and stuff like that, so I've no idea what that one is, but again, fascinatingly diverse. This one is definitely a Halloween pumpkin, just from the parts. So I mean, Halloween's what, a couple of weeks away now. I've never understood Halloween, to be honest. I mean, we used to carve out turnips where I came from because we didn't have pumpkins. In fact, I'd never seen a pumpkin till I moved to New Zealand, I don't think. Not in the supermarket anyway. Not one of these massive ones anyway that you get everywhere. But anyway, we digress. Halloween. And then this one is some kind of old school kind of Hoth, I'm going to say. There's some printed parts in there and all sorts. I mean, I'm not sure what they're from. I think they're from an X-Wing from way back when, but there's an awful lot of slopes, which would mean not an X-Wing, which means I'm going with Hoth on that one. Whilst picking, inventory says I've got 40 of them left, but there's only 2, 4, 5 in there, 30 even of those in there, so I need to try and locate those. Lovely work from Stanley Packaging. All the mini boxes, 175, 130, 55 have returned, which is very timely because this is where we are at with those. We were under the 50 for a while, but we didn't get in too much of a stressful panic. What else? There's a little bit to add to the wanted lists. This order has arrived from Nick's Bricks. As you can see, it's random parcel. This is my first. I've no idea what that's doing in there. I did not order that, and it looks used. Yeah. If I ordered that, I'm a muppet. Anyway, the other parts are lovely. Those are fairly rare to find. So these are parts I used store arbitrage to assess from his store, and we'll go through in a bit more detail in a minute what that all works out as, so I can demonstrate the value of store arbitrage a little bit further. And if you're looking for a discount code for BL Metrics, check out the comments down below. Lunchtime yesterday, wandered into a Woolworths in the CBD, and they had a brand new box of these. So I ransacked the ones that they had that were decent. So we got 3 of the cowboy things, 2 of the werewolf, 3 of the baby carrying guy, and I did have 3 of Gwen, I believe she's called. Someone did comment that I'm obviously not a Spider-Man fan, and you're right. Spider-Man, totally unbelievable as opposed to Star Wars. But yeah, never really understood Spider-Man or Superman. I think they're a bit whatever, you know. Everyone's got to be a Batman fan because, you know, a tortured orphan who wreaks revenge on his perpetrators. I mean, there's much more macabre subjects, isn't there? Anyway, I did have 3 of those, but another minifigure collector came along as I was scanning, so I helped them out by helping them complete their set, and Gwen was one of those cyberpunk or whatever, spider-punk or whatever it was, and there was one that was kind of like a black outfit for Spider-Man as well, and another one that they didn't have. So whilst people would probably go, oh, you're scalping, you're taking all the things, I was kind and generous to the world in doing that. Anyway, that's what I believe. So not a lot going on, is there? Which is okay. Do that. I'm going to go for a walk in the beautiful sun today. I'm going to enjoy that. Bin bag's all full, and I am going to do a little video on Zonos, as I just said. I think, am I repeating myself? Probably. I'm going to get that done, and then also do the store report, which is going to be further on in this vlog rather than on its side. I think, although Julian from BL Metrics sent me some data on the entire Australia market, which may well be fascinating. So I don't know, maybe I'll do one last week as the store report on its own. I don't know. Let's have a think about that whilst I sort out the next bits and pieces, like putting away the packaging. So kind of this is my first experiment with store arbitrage from BL Metrics, and I picked a store that I was ordering, I needed one part from, and I wanted to make sure the rest of the order was kind of making money for myself. So this is that order. Domestic letter postage was cheap as well, which was really good. The actual order value was only $2.05, so in normal circumstances you'd be looking at, well, there's no way you can make money on that, is there? But you'd be wrong, because rare parts, undervalued, kind of score goals. So what we've got here is the total value coming out at $28.47, given that order was $6.45, $6.12, $18, $24, $28. No, can't do the maths. Let's do the maths. So 28,474 divided by 645 gives us a 4.4 part out value, if you like. So over the 3, proving the point that if you kind of do the work, you can certainly find bargains and lots that can come into your store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots here, which aren't currently in the store. All of them pretty decent value as well. So that is good for me. So I'm going to get this in the store and then crack on to putting some packaging away. I don't remember quite where I spotted this, but this is groundbreaking tip coming in for you here. So these are those CMFs all parted out, giving me 90 lots, 90 parts, 34 lots, so not massive, but you end up with some duplicates like the instructions, for instance, or the tile modified trans orange things, right? And you could go through and say, right, 2 onto the 3 makes 5 and stuff like that. It's not groundbreaking stuff when you're dealing with a small thing like this. But I've had it before where you kind of part out battle pack or something and you end up with something similar. So it's a really quick solution. Select all, head up to edit and go to consolidate items, and then whatever you use when you're bringing in orders, it will do exactly the same thing to them, and there you have it. It's just stripped that down. So we've still got 90 parts, but we're down to 31 lots. So there was, you know, the plates went from 2s and 3s here and there to 10 altogether. It hasn't changed the instructions because they're all separate, so that's, you know, by the by, but because they've come with different minifigures, I guess. But yeah, there we have it. Pretty straightforward and easy. I'm going to delete them out of here anyway. Not interested in keeping those together, so that brings that down. And then, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of parts which you can then go through and check out the pricing for. Now, let's just let's go back the way to there and see what happens. Let's just go with a current inventory average, right, for argument's sake. What's the value on them? It is $95.12, which you know, isn't great shakes actually when you consider parting them out and whatnot. So sorry, when you consider the price of them, like if you're getting them on a good deal, like I know in Australia, New Zealand, there's much more deals to be had on these things. But anyway, let's just do that again. File, sorry, edit, consolidate. Let's do that. Get that done. Let's delete those instructions once again. So what was it? 95.12 going as minifigures, and that jumps to 157.70 when you part them out. That ain't too bad at all, is it? So I'm going to do my usual, go through and check these prices against what is actually out there, and we'll see what we end up with. But yeah, a much more profitable way of bringing in these parts. Whether or not they actually sell is another thing, but it's certainly something to think about if you are picking up CMFs. Okay, one order in, 2 of those in dark red. I've just been putting away some parts, putting away boxes, 2 extra boxes, so they'll need to go to the storage unit. But otherwise, this order is done, which is all good. Strange little one, isn't it? There we go, job done. Still not looked for those, but anyway. The day kind of wriggled away from me, having done the Zonos video and the store report, which is up now. And for those of you that missed out on the store report, I think the the highlights of it beyond that is really about the total inventory value versus the total listed value. And this year so far, that many orders, which means that 76% of our market in Australia is currently new sales and 24% is used. If you want a bit more deep dive on the data, like all of that stuff that came from Biometrics, thanks again, Julian, for all of that, and a little look at week 41 in terms of who sold what and whatnot, then you should really hop over to that video and check that out. But I didn't want the week to pass without mentioning the end of Just a Brick in a Bucket. They have been going a long time, 5 years. In fact, 2020 they began during COVID in, I believe it was Paul's parents' garage. And you know, most people that watch YouTube videos will have spent some time watching at least a few of their videos, you know, kind of them, Brick Arena, Pop's Block Shop, probably the most formative ones for other Bricklink sellers. And I've seen plenty of comments on Facebook and stuff like that around the reasons why and what and how for and stuff like that around why they've decided that it's just not financially sustainable, I should say. And to be fair, I think working in used as they do, there's a few people suggesting that they were parting out the same sets as everyone else. Well, they're a used store, so let's have it right. And if I go over to BL Metrics, just point you down there in case I have to log in. I don't think I'll have to, but yeah, if we kind of head over here and just look for just a brick, they should come up. There they are. Their store is 96.7% used parts, so certainly nothing, and they must be running a sale because their inventory value is currently 49% behind the 6 months average. And as you can see from the last 1 month, the last 3 months, they've been running that stock down, increasingly so from I'm going to assume this is when they kind of took over DNA Bricks at 1.9 million, and they've run it down to 1.65 million, at 3 times part out value. Someone's looking at like 30 grand plus shipping to scoop up all their inventory, so someone could do a great deal. But yeah, I mean, contractors, used sorting, A sorts, B sorts, making inventory, uploading. When you get to a certain scale and you're kind of contracting an awful lot of that, the overheads are huge. They were sitting in a 5,400 square foot warehouse as well, which must have been a massive cost, least of all to heat it, because they're over in Minnesota, so pretty cold. Anyway, if you haven't watched it, check out the video. All it's missing is a sad puppy at the end, as they say thank you to everyone that's ever done anything. Try not to sneeze. Oh well. Sorry, sneeze. Yeah, so it's the end for Evan and Paul. There was another one, but they mentioned him in the video, but I can't remember his name now. Let's call him Mikey for the sake of anything. But yeah, they've turned off comments, have they? No, they haven't turned off comments on their video, but yeah, where's the last screen of it? It's oh, there we go. Look, just in a brick in a bucket, 2020 COVID baby to 2025. Anyway, I didn't want to let them slip away without making note of it and wishing them both well for whatever they do next. Thanks for all of the info and guidance and behind the scenes when nobody else really knew what Bricklink was all about. So cheers for that. Good morning, Saturday, just before lunchtime. I've even been exercising again. God, what's wrong with me? Anyway, hopefully the sound is going to be okay on these headphones by the time we get to the end of the week. Anyway, we'll get to the orders in a moment, but what I wanted to do was just follow up on yesterday. So no, that's Star Wars, isn't it? That's a funeral one. Anyway, just a brick in a bucket store. As you can see, they are pushing hard, under 50% of the 6 months average. So they have pushed it. They're going for a sale, trying to clear out, which is, I don't know, it's a difficult one when you're trying to sell a store and you're kind of pumping stuff out, as we'll see in a minute. So not a lot of minifigures. I think we have talked about this once before, but 1.691 million parts, sitting at a value of 63,000 US dollars. Now let's just have a look at that. So 63,398 divided by 1,626,734, under 4 cents per part is what their store is kind of looking like, which means someone is going to get a bargain when you consider they've only got 12 days, 13 days to sell, and you know, they're going to need to accept less than a third of that because it's running on sale. And as you can see, if we look at the last 3 months, after their initial kind of peak of 1.951 million, they have sold hard. And that day, there we have it, 41 orders in that day is the day the video announcing their retirement came out. So yeah, interesting, just shows you what people were expecting to get a bit of a bargain. As you can see, the vast majority of their sales are overseas. Now, there was a comment on the store report around US, how the US tariff thing will have really impacted stores. So let's just look at the biggest, and we'll see what they've sent in the last month. So they have sent none to the United States, but over the last 6 months they were sending almost 5% of their orders. So whilst they have dropped off a little bit, 5% of 13 daily orders is only kind of, what's that, one a day, 113, one every day or so. But there you go. Interesting to me, but then, as you know, I'm a little bit of a data nerd. So what have we got in terms of orders? Well, there's that one from yesterday, and we've got some all black everything. Speaking of All Blacks, they're not playing the Rugby Championship next year. They're going on tour to South Africa, so nobody's playing. Very odd. This one kind of felt like some kind of like fighter, because it's got these turrets. I thought we were going gunship, but then the olive came in. Maybe it's a gunship mock, don't know. This one has a very Halloween kind of feel, maybe a ghost, there's a spider in there, a bit of orange, so maybe a bit of pumpkin, or maybe someone's building that gift for purchase but without the luminous parts. This one we've got a Rebel Commander, I think, and the parts, apart from the torso, for a blue Spaceman. Spaceman continue to be very strong. Although I do have white ones in store. I think I bought them from Germany ages ago because they were so cheap. Never sold any, so I've got obviously overpriced them. This one again feels like a bit of a gunship, but it could be anything. Those bricks usually are featuring gunships, as do those turrets, but the other bits, who knows, could be, might not be. Domestic letter, that one, that's why everything is snapped together to try and make it fit. Yeah, but it's on the heavier side of domestic letter, so it's kind of like 3 stamps or something. And the man like Ricky Bacon, he's at it again, taking a Sabine. Sorry to see her go, actually. I don't think I have her. An ISB officer and another officer, a couple of stormtroopers, an old school stormtrooper, and are they kind of Imperial gunners or something like that? Anyway, that one, getting the tile. Ricky is making his own yellow brick road out of these tiles, I think. And that's where we're at. Not a lot on the wanted list, still haven't done that because I managed to avoid doing any work yesterday, so I've got it all to do today. But there's also a package to collect from the post office, which was a bit annoying because I'd been in there 15 minutes prior, and then I get a notification to say there's a package to collect. So yeah, it's a Bricklink order, which I haven't even looked on Bricklink to see how big an order it is, but if it's decent, I might put it in the store to try and get back on track for this month. With only 2 weeks to go, we are probably like 35,000 parts behind where we need to be in terms of uploads. So yeah, there's a lot to do, isn't there? Anyway, that's where we're at for the week. Gonna put a vlog together as well this afternoon. These are the reasons I never get anything else done. I just find things to mince about doing, don't I? So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a bit of a different week. Don't know, it's felt kind of up and down a little bit, but come through in the end, as it tends to. You just gotta ride these waves. But I shall see you back here tomorrow for a little bit of picking, a little bit of whatever, and maybe a little check-in on stuff like that. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.